well, most of us have kind of already described the type of content that we do. I actually want to go in a little bit deeper and ask why that's the approach that we took. Why did we think that that's the avenue we wanted to go down? So Matt, like you were saying that you do like Illuvium news and like these weekly updates. Why did you go that route? And do you see yourself kind of changing into something else? Is there something that you find appealing that you want to try? Kind of talk to us about that.
So I first started Illuvium News because my mate who told me about Illuvium didn't have enough time to actually follow what was happening throughout Illuvium. It was across too many channels. So I was just like, well, I feel like that's a good weekly video that I can do. So I'm getting consistent content out. And I thought it could help the community just watch a 10 to 20 minute video each week, get the major news that has happened. It seemed to be taken pretty well throughout the community. So I'll probably keep doing that until Illuvium kind of, Andrew's doing his own stuff and just taking my thunder now. So no.
Yeah.
Until it's not taken too well. So I'll keep doing that and then trying to just sort of diversify a little bit now, just so I'm not kind of cornered down into one hole there. Get my name out across a few different places. And then I like playing different games at the same time, not only being across one game. So it is very hard to follow more than one though. And I'd say Annie and the others can definitely
I don't know how Annie does that. It's nuts. Yeah. Fair play. And so you say you want to diversify to like other projects and stuff. What are there any things that have caught your eye at the moment?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do some videos on Meta Ops, which is a first-person shooter. They have a content creation program which I'm being a part of. I've got one video in the works now. I've got an arcade one that I'm doing, and then I'm gonna have a look at this My Pet Hooligan stuff that's kind of going on now. So there's a few ones there that I'm pretty keen on.
Yeah, I heard about the My Pet Hooligan thing. I've
got whitelist, so I'm just waiting for them to add it to the thing, and I'm going to jump in, maybe stream it a bit tomorrow night.
Yeah,
I got that as well. So just waiting for that to go through.
Yeah, fair. All right, Venomore. Talk to us about your content, man. You truth be told, you have slowed down a bit. But what's the approach that you took when you first started, and where's your mind at now? And I don't know if you want to share it today, but the thing that we're possibly, I don't know if you want to do that. Yeah.
We can. Let's chill. So my approach from the very beginning was I wasn't a content creator. I just got into the community and I just spent. It took me 2 weeks of 5 hours or more a day on the Discord to fully figure out the tokenomics and all the ins and outs of Illuvium. And I was like, yo, this is bullshit. The average person coming in, this is too much of an onboarding process. And that's what made me start a channel, because I was like, I know that I could just summarize all of this into basically a tokenomics video and a staking video and stuff like that. And that's what I initially made. And then part of why my content has slowed down is because the videos I was making was information that I felt people needed to know that wasn't out there. Whereas right now, it feels like no new information is coming out. When a leaks video comes out, the leaks video explains itself. Maybe making a recap version makes sense, but yeah. So that's why recently we've been chatting together with TSG, and we're starting a podcast, just the two of us, that will be called Apes Attic.
Hey yo,
because we're apes and we're laid back chilling in our attic. We started in our mom's basement, but we've moved up not to the moon but to the attic. Basically, that's where we're at.
One step away from the moon. Yeah. So now that's we're working on that. We'll probably get started in this week or next week. So I'm excited for that, man. It'll be a bit more casual chats. Just about just about a lot of stuff. So that's really, really cool. By the way, we'll keep going around. And then also I do want to get to the question by Ricky. I think that's a good one. That's a fun one. Oh my God. Okay. Godson, talk to us about your approach with content, man. What's the route that you've taken? Are you looking to diversify with the type of content?
Well, you know, I feel like I feel like a kid in a candy store because there's so many ways I can approach this, and all you guys too. There's so many ways we can approach this. I come from a background of mobile gaming, and since we have a mobile game coming out, I'm like, dang, should I go that route? This something that you don't really know when it's out, because look, I started my YouTube channel doing finance, and Illuvium has the financial side. Like, you know, I could just focus on the finance, or I could go into the mobile area if it's fun or if it's engaging.
Yeah.
With my approach, I'm thinking more of because now even private beta 2 has been really capturing my interest. I find myself every day just jumping on survival, even when I'm not live streaming it, to figure out the game mechanics. And I'm like, wow, if I can figure this out, I could just do my content on, you know, the Leviathan arena or whatever. You know, we could have a streamer that's, you know, doing the esports side of this stuff. So I don't know if, you know, if we will have a content creator doing the esports, but I would like to do that. So that's pretty much my approach. There's so many ways to go at this. I'm just excited that Illuvium is offering all these avenues for it.
Yeah, well, I'm actually. Oh, sorry, Scar.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I really want to do a lot of Illuvium Zero content as well, but it's hard because there's only 20,000 land plots. So, how many viewers are you limited to? I mean, there's the free-to-play version. I just don't know if it'll be any good.
Well, actually, I was actually going to ask that as well.
Of players. Yeah.
I was going to ask that as well, right? Because like I've never done mobile content, and I'm curious, like, because obviously, like Vulcan, people like Vulcan and you guys, like you made a living off that stuff. For me, I always found it like interesting. I thought it might be hard to do mobile gaming content like that. So I don't know how to do that. I'm curious to see how it goes. But Scoriox, with you saying that about only 20,000 people, there's only 20,000 plots. To be fair, though, like I'm sure all of us have noticed that these land videos, even though they're limited, they do the best. Like by far, they just do the best. I don't know for what reason that is.
I know exactly what reason that is. Because they're crypto videos, they're not game videos. At the moment, the entire community is the crypto community, and Land Sale is the first big crypto event for this community. So that's why they did well, right? It's just that simple. But Illuvium Zero is potentially a little bit different, but at the same time, you can earn Ethereum from it. So they might have value to some of these people that are looking to get land as well. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in seeing. All right, Annie, talk to us. You kind of talked to us about the content that you do. Explain to us why you took that approach. Why not focus solely on one thing, and why you decided to go the more like analytical, philosophical route, even compared to just like hype or
Yeah, so I think you got to play to your strengths, man. That's really kind of my background. I do a lot of strategy work in my Web 2 roles, and you know, as part of that, it makes it easy for me to come up with these frameworks and structures as I think about Web 3 games. So because I'm just super bullish on the space, you know, I also recognize that just, you know, our love for any one game in the ecosystem, it's likely that most of these games aren't really going to pan out. And so, you know, with that in mind, I want to expose my audience to as broad a range of projects as I can. And it's difficult. Matt, you mentioned the number of hours it takes to try and do a bunch of research into the 20 or so projects that I'm actively following is tough. I certainly lean on other people a lot. So I've got, you know, a couple of groups, ETH Lizards and the Arcade to Earn folks that, you know, I borrow from their research as heavily as I can, you know, get access to it. And, you know, that helps me just prioritize my time. But yeah, I just want to help really onboard people to Web3 gaming in general. And I think that's the best way to do it, is just give them a lot of options. I mean, if you don't like FPS games, you know, you're not going to be interested in Shrapnel or Meta Ops or, you know, or Crypto Walkers or whatever. But, you know, maybe you're interested in Auto Battler or in a, you know, base builder or MMO. You know, there's plenty of options that are launching. And so just giving a wide variety of genres to people to choose from.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I actually really like your take. And obviously that's why we have our podcast as well, right? I feel like, because I would say the complete opposite. Like, I do have information in my videos. But I'm very much more like, I'm excited. And I bring like the energy and like not saying that yours is not fun, but I bring like the fun, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to do. So I think like us collabing on our Gaming on the Block podcast with Will, I think like that little balance is really cool. And even like from this conversation, it's crazy to see how we're all taking like a different approach. Like none of us is doing the same thing as the next person, which is so fascinating. Scoriox, man, we've never even really talked about this like on our podcast, but do you want to talk about why you chose the route that you took with the content? Just like we'll share our thoughts on this as well.
The route that I took, well, I was already doing it all anyways. I just figured people might want to see it and might want to get involved with it. There's not much more to it. I was already doing all the stats and figures and things because I really wanted to figure it out for myself, because I searched through crypto for months trying to find my favorite projects, and I came up empty except for Illuvium for the most part. And I was like, this is a really fascinating system, and it's a system that hasn't been done before. So I can't just go to other content creators and get all my information. It hasn't been done yet. So I was like,
you were making these spreadsheets for fun? Before, you didn't make these spreadsheets for content, you made it for fun.
Yeah, because I wanted to learn more about it, and if it was a worthwhile investment or it was a worthwhile crypto. Because as I said, no one else has tried this system before. So I was like, okay, well, I want to know if it's going to be worth my time. Turns out it was, and then I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to tell people what I found and just have some fun with it.
Yeah, and do you want to stay strict, like not strictly to that, but like, do you want to have that be your main focus still as you go like forward in the future, or do you want to diversify into other types of content as well?
As was said before,
we've got this podcast as well, like, so you aren't doing that strictly, but
as was said before, playing to our strengths, I've always believed heavily in that sort of sentiment. So I'm definitely going to play to my strengths as much as I can. I'm not a terrible Pokemon VGC player, so I think I'll be all right in like 1v1 matches and stuff in Illuvium. So I'm definitely going to try that out and try out everything and see what I'm comfortable with. But I definitely see myself looking at not just the ILV token, but the NFT markets and things like that as well when Illuvium comes out, because there's like a dozen. There's like Illuvials, Illuvitars, Illuvium Zero Land. You've got all the resources crafting, you've got all the different fuels. There's a lot there. There's plenty for me to make content on. There's plenty for me to get involved with, and I'm excited to help others with all that, really.
As you guys know, Augment is sponsored by Illuvium, so a big thanks to them. Don't forget to check out the full episode down in the description down below. It's a really, really good app, I assure you, or else you can also go check out all the other Augment clips. They've been distilled into a shorter format so that you can digest just the ones you want to watch. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the other episodes. We really appreciate you, and make sure to catch the next live one.